Boris Johnson yesterday insisted the government is committed to boosting police resources as he unveiled a new blitz on crime. The Prime Minister said a record £15.8 billion is being invested in forces up and down the country with almost 10,000 officers already recruited. Announcing his beating crime plan, he said officers would get the tools to do their job effectively, including more body cameras. And Mr. Johnson promised that offenders would be in fluorescent jacketed chain gangs while carrying out unpaid work. He added it would ensure they were visibly paying their debt to society. During a visit to Surrey Police HQ in Guildford with Home Secretary Priti Patel, the PM said, "When I stood on the steps of Downing Street 2 years ago, I said I wanted another 20,000 officers on the streets of our country. We are now almost halfway there. We are putting £15.8 billion into supporting our police. But of course it's been a tough time financially for the whole country. Police will be armed with more stop and search powers to help tackle the knife crime epidemic." Mr. Johnson described it as a kind and loving way to get dangerous weapons off the streets. He also promised to cut crime by tackling drug misuse and using electronic tagging on more jailed burglars after their release. The boost to stop and search powers effectively tears up former PM Theresa May's moves to water him down. Mr. Johnson said he disagreed with the opponents of the policy, amid claims it targets minorities. "I think giving the police the backing they need in law to stop someone, search them, relieve them of a dangerous weapon. I don't think that's strong-armed tactics, that's a kind and loving thing to do," he said. The powers allow police to dramatically increase their stop and search tactics in areas where they anticipate violence or to helping find weapons and stop reprisals after a stabbing. More than 5,000 thugs who went before the courts for carrying a blade last year already had at least one other conviction. Knife killings have reached a 10-year high, with 275 victims last year. The Prime Minister said he is also keen to tackle problems involving low-level disorder, which he said could still have a major impact on victims. He said lockdowns have driven some antisocial behavior and promised to tackle it. He added, "Somebody's antisocial behavior may be treated as a minor crime, but it could be deeply distressing to those who are victims. If you are guilty of antisocial behavior and you are sentenced to unpaid work, as many people are, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be out there in one of those fluorescent jacketed chain gangs, visibly paying your debt to society." Other measures contained in the government's plan include the creation of league tables for 101 and 999 call answering times so the public can see how quickly their local force is responding.